If you're currently getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, and you want to know how you can increase your lead generation automatically, then this live is for you. I'm going to be sharing 3 ways for you to automate your lead gen using social media. If you are a business owner, a service provider, or a coach, and you want to know how you can use Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or YouTube in a way that's going to be able to grow your business, then stick around because I'm going to be sharing 3 gems on how you can automate your lead generation. So thank you all for joining me today. If you are a business owner, you can feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat so we can shout you out. I love doing this. Why? Because as you're coming in, you drop the name of your business in the chat. I'll shout you out. You never know who's tuning in, who needs your services. So they'll hear your business, and next you know, they start following you, or they may become a lead. I have seen this happen to a lot of people who have dropped the name of their business in the chat. So if you are a business owner, feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat and I can go ahead and shout you out. If you're not a business owner, you can feel free to stick around if you want. But this live is 3 best ways to automate your lead generation. I'm going to be helping you, sharing tips with you on how you can use your social media to significantly increase your lead gen. So if you're getting sales through word of mouth, if you're getting sales through referrals right now, and you want to know how can you increase, then this live is going to be for you. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab your notebook, grab your pen, take note, take action, make some money, honey. Why? Because action takers are money makers, not time wasters. We're going to be together today for about 1 hour, and I'm going to be dropping a lot of gems that's going to transform your life only if you wanted to. And as you're coming in now, double tap on that screen. The more you like this video, the more you engage with this video, the more that social media will push it out, right? So it's relying on you and you engaging with it. So all you have to do is double tap on the screen and then go ahead and share this video out with your friends, with people who are following you. All you have to do is click the arrow at the bottom right-hand corner, invite 20 people to this live so that they can come in as well. Thank you all for joining me today. We're going to jump right in, which I'm sharing 3 best ways to automate your lead generation. 3 best ways to automate your lead generation. Before I jump in, if you have any questions, feel free to drop the name of your, drop the name. If you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat so I can go ahead and answer it for you. I like to teach all of my live videos like they are master classes because I know what it's like to be on social media. I know what it's like to be following this guru and that guru and this guru and that guru and not really get the things that you desire. So here, I'm pretty much open to help you, but only if you ask questions. I'm not a mind reader. So if you don't ask, then I won't know what to answer. But I am sharing 3 best ways to automate your lead generation. So if right now you're getting sales through word of mouth, you're getting sales through referrals, that's been the biggest way for you to get sales, and you want to know how can you take it up a notch. If you're someone where you are capped between 8 to 10K months and you want to know how do I scale to 20K months, 30K months, then this live is going to help you because I'm going to show you how to use your Instagram, how to use your TikTok, how to use your LinkedIn, how to use your YouTube in order for you to reach your dream clients. So if you recognize that you have been posting videos on social media, your views are low, your engagement is low, people are actually clicking the link in your bio, but they're not checking out, and you want to know how can you shift that, then this live is going to help you. Who am I? I'm Shamara Star Cox, TV producer and marketing coach. My goal is to help 6 and 7 figure business owners create binge-worthy content that gets you seen and gets you paid. There's a lot of you who are watching me right now where you have been called to bigger stages. You are currently making an impact in your inner circle. You're making impact in your city. You're making impact with the people who know you, but you're being called to larger stages. You're ready to make impact in this world and you're ready for more people to see you. But in order for that to happen, it starts right here on social media. So as I'm sharing these tips, that's what's going to help you to grow your brand. So of course, I recommend that you take notes and you take action so that you can actually see the results that you're looking for. Do we have any business owners on the live right now? If we do have any business owners on the live, go ahead and drop the name of your business in the chat. If you're not a business owner, you can feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from. I am in New York. That's where I'm in. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. That's where I am recording from today. But if you have a business, you can drop the name of your business in the chat. Let us shout you out. If you don't have a business, but you want to stick around, let us know where you're tuning in from. Do we have anyone from Chicago, anyone from Florida, anyone from India who is tuning in right now? If not, that's okay. We'll jump right in. But I want to give you an opportunity so I can shout you out. Hey, Michelle, we got New York in the building. Yes, we got another New Yorker. Hey, Amazing Digital Life. How you doing? Any other business owners in the chat so that we can shout you out? Or if you have a, whatever city you are in, you can feel free to drop that in the chat as well, and I'll shout you out. All right, so let's go into this. I'm sharing 3 ways to automate your lead generation using social media. So this definitely works if you're a service provider, if you're a coach, if you're a business owner, and what you're doing right now is you're getting sales through word of mouth, through referrals. You're reaching your audience locally, but you want to know how you can increase that so you can reach your audience globally now, right? And social media helps you to do that. So I want to share this quick story before I go into the 3 tips to help you to automate your lead generation. But it took me 6 months to sell a 5K offer on TikTok. On TikTok Live, let me be specific. It took me 6 months to sell a 5K offer on TikTok Live. I remember back in 2022, I started going live on TikTok, right? Now I was nervous. Who in here, you want to go live, but you're nervous? Like, who am I talking to right now? You think to yourself, you know, I should go live with my audience, but something inside you grips your heart. Like, it just scares you. Yeah, Michelle said, me, that's me. I get afraid. Hey, Butte Maroon from North Carolina, right? But that's where I was. I was afraid. And I remember my first time going live on TikTok. I went live for 5 minutes. I was showing people how I set up my equipment. And after 5 minutes, I didn't know what else to do. And I ran off that live so fast. Like, I turned it off so fast. That's how scared I was, right? Let me see. Hey, Meg. Meg says, I'm nervous, but I don't know what to talk about. Oh, we can talk about that, right? I can share with you what to talk about. Actually, we can talk about that as we're going into the 3 tips for the to automate your leads. We can talk about that, right? But Meg, I was where you were when I first started. I didn't know what to talk about either. And so because I ran out of things to say in the first 5 minutes, I ended up ending my live. How embarrassing, right? And so I decided, you know what, let me take time with my audience and let me actually start creating topics that they were interested in. And so the first month, I would just go live. I'll probably go live for about 45 minutes. That's a gem for some of you who are like, how long do I go live? 45 minutes minimum. I go live for 45 minutes and I will teach on this topic. And people would love it, but I would get feedback where people were saying, we love what you're talking about, but it's too much. Like, you're sharing too much, right? So my audience was getting overwhelmed with the things that I was teaching. So then I started to pivot. Let me start telling stories in my content. So now we're in month 2 and I'm telling stories in my content, but still no sales. How many of you would have given up? You're 2 months into going live. I'm going live 2 times a week, right? For 45 minutes to an hour. 2 months in now, I got no sales. How many of you would have given up? So there I am. I'm testing my stories. I'm testing my messaging. I'm testing, what do I talk about? So I started noticing that people were staying on a lot longer, right? So they were staying on a lot longer. Yeah, Meg was like, probably me. I would have given up. But then I started to notice that people wouldn't engage with me. So month 3, here I am now. And I'm like, well, how do I get my audience to engage with me? So I started doing different things, giving call to actions, getting them to write, share, comment, all those things. This is month 3. So month 3 now, I'm learning how to tell stories. I'm learning how to give topics that my audience cares about. And I'm learning how to get them to engage, but still no sales. So I'm 3 months in and I'm still not making any sales. By month number 4, one of my coaches, I share with her what I'm doing. One of my coaches tells me, you should give up. It's going to be really hard for you to get people from watching you live to paying you $5,000. Okay. That's what she said to me. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to keep going. I don't know what it was about me at that time, but I'm like, I'm going to keep going because I really believe in what I'm doing. Like, my audience was really engaged. They really liked what I was talking about. So now we're in month 5. And at this point, I'm making this offer. Still no one's signing up, right? Yeah, she said that, Meg. She said it in a way that she was trying to encourage me to find another way. Because here's the reality. When you're doing marketing or when you're testing anything, a good time range is to do it for 3 months. So 90 days. If after 90 days it's not working, you're supposed to pivot. But sometimes things take a little longer than 90 days. So if it's something that you believe in, you want to keep on going. So I believed in it and I kept going. Month 5 still made no sales. And then in month number 6, I got one person who was like, "Hey, Star, I want to work with you." And I was shocked because at this point, 6 months of going live on TikTok and no one signed up until that day. And then she ended up buying, she ended up booking. She paid me $5,000 to join my coaching program. But do you know that for those 6 months, I was sowing seeds? I was sowing seeds into my audience. There's some of you right now where you're ready to give up because you've been posting content for 5 months. You've been posting content for 3 months and your views are still low. Your engagement is still low. Your clicks on your website is still low. People still aren't opting in to buy from you yet. But you're noticing your competition. You're noticing people who are doing something similar to you, who are getting better results than you, and it's frustrating. You're starting to tell yourself that social media just may not be working for you, but I want to tell you right now, it is working. You're planting seeds and harvest has not come yet. Like there are some of you who like to garden. There are some of you who understand this farmer analogy. But whenever it comes to gardening or farming, you do not plant and reap at the same time. It's impossible. You have to plant, you have to water, you have to allow enough sunlight, you have to nurture. And it's the same thing when it comes to getting sales, whether you're going live or you're posting content, right? So here I was in month number 6. This lady opted in, and she said, "I want to buy from you." But guess what? It didn't stop there. She paid me $5,000. Another person paid me $6,000. I launched my Convert Content to Cash Challenge. I had so many signups. I started making $1,200 from going live in 1 hour, $900 from going live in 1 hour. What was I doing? I had perfected my craft and I understood what got people to buy when I talk. I understood how I could get my audience to engage with me when I talk. And because of that, I now get to teach my clients how to do the same thing. But here's what I really understood. What I really understood is that social media is the easiest way to create a scalable and predictable pipeline for sales. I'm going to say that one more time. Social media is the easiest way to create a scalable and predictable pipeline for sales. Once I understood what got my audience to engage with me, once I understood what got my audience to buy, once I understood what got my audience interested in what I was teaching, it made it so simple to be able to sell. And so there are some of you in here where you're giving up too easily. You're giving up too quickly because you're posting, but you're not seeing the results yet. There are some of you in here where you're telling yourself, "I want to go live," but you haven't done it yet because of fear that people won't show up. I'm going to tell you right now, I have gone live plenty of times when people have not shown up. And you know what I did? I taught anyway. I showed up anyway because I understood that this was a skill that I needed to work and I needed to keep on developing. So my question to you is, what is your scalable, predictable pipeline for sales? Is it just word of mouth? Is it just referrals? Or do you actually have a system that gets your audience from watching you to buying from you? That's the biggest thing that I teach all of my clients. Because yes, you can do word of mouth. Yes, you can do referrals. Sure, you can go to networking events, but it's a little slow. You can also show up 1 hour a day on your live videos. Or for me, in my case, I was only showing up 1 hour twice a week. So I was going live 2 times a week and being able to make $900 on the live, mind you. And then from the live, making $5,000. I want to show you how you can do that, but only if you want it. How many of you in here would desire to have that? Where you can post your content, you can go live, attract your audience, and they buy from you, as opposed to only relying on word of mouth and referrals, right? Word of mouth and referrals is great, but it can be a little erratic. 1 month you're at 10K, the next month you're at 3K. But when you're on social media and you have a pipeline for sales, where you know when people watch this video, they're going to buy, then that allows you to predict how much income you'll make each month. If you're in here and you're like, that's what I want, that's exactly what I need, then I want to invite you to join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. In the challenge, we show you how to create content that sells in 5 days or less. This is not a social media program. This is a marketing challenge where now we show you how to speak directly to your dream client, how to create deep connections with them, and what to say in your videos to get them to buy without feeling icky, slimy, or sounding salesy. You want to get access to that challenge, you want to join us, you can feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted, or you can just head to the first link in my bio and actually secure your ticket. If you hit the first link in my bio, you have 2 options, VIP or Diamond Experience. You can choose which one you want, but in the VIP is where we're going to be able to show you how you can create content that speak to your audience. Now, how many of you in here, you're putting out content right now and you recognize that you're not getting any engagement? And by engagement, I mean people aren't sharing your content, they're not commenting on your content. And it can be super frustrating, right? Just drop a me in the chat and let me know so I can see. I want to be able to help you. If you're putting out content right now as a business owner, as a service provider, and people aren't engaging on your posts, they're not commenting on your posts, they're not sharing, they're not saving. Or for some of you, you are getting comments, but those comments are from your inner circle. It's from your mama, it's from your cousin, or from your best friend who just wants to support you. You came to social media because you want to be able to reach a larger audience, but you seem to feel stuck, right? I want to be able to help you. If you drop a me in the chat, I'm going to ask you some questions to help you move out of that. But if you don't drop a me in the chat, then I'm going to carry on with the training, right? Okay, Meg says, is it limited to what it is you're selling? So Meg, you can actually sell anything on live or on social media. You can sell a service or you can sell a digital product. I teach my clients to sell high ticket for a reason. Because I remember when I first started out, I was selling low ticket and I felt like I was running myself raggedy for a little bit of money. And then I shifted to high ticket and I recognized that it's a lot better and a lot easier to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. But in order for you to sell high ticket and to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, you have to be ready for it. And I mean emotionally ready for it. There are some of you watching me right now, you hear me saying high ticket and your heart's doing this. Why? Because you're not ready to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. It sounds nice coming out of my mouth, but when it hits your heart, there's a fear there. Because there are some of you who are watching right now where you still have an issue with selling. In your mind, when you're selling, you think you're taking money from people. And so because of that, it's hard for you to charge $1,500 for an offer. It's hard for you to charge $10,000 for an offer. Somebody just got scared and turned off their live just now. They were like, I'm not listening to this anymore. But what I do is I help you to get out of your own way. Why? Because there's a lot of you on here where you have been called a multimillionaire, a multi-billionaire. And in order for you to get there, high ticket is your route. So that's what I help my clients with. So it doesn't matter what you sell, just as long as you believe in what you sell and it makes a transformation. But if you're going to work with me, it's going to be high ticket. I help all my clients sell high ticket. Hey, Anastasia, how you doing? Okay, just showing up for yourself. Got it. Yep, always got to show up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So, okay, so I don't see anyone who wrote in a chat that you having issues with engagement. So I'm just going to move on with these 3 ways for you to automate your lead gen. 3 ways for you to automate your lead gen. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop the name of your questions in the chat so that you can, so I can answer it for you. My goal here is to serve you because I know what it's like to be on YouTube, watching every video on how to make YouTube work, how to make LinkedIn work, how to make TikTok work. I know what it's like to follow large creators who tell you to do this, follow SEO, do that, do this, do that, and you're doing it and you're still not getting the results that you desire. And some of you, your results is that you just want to hit 10K months. Some of you want to scale to 20K and 30K months. Some of you just want to be able to get your engagement up, right? And it feels like no matter what you're doing, nothing's working. So instead, on this live, I like to teach like this a masterclass, 1, and 2, I want to help you in real time. Okay. Meg says, my audience is super small. Okay, Meg. So we're going to help you right now. Actually, I'm going to be teaching 3 lead gen strategies. So one of my clients, Let me see. Yeah, I have a lead generation strategy for you. It's going to be our first tip. Yep, it's our first tip. So this one's going to work for you, Meg. And for anyone else where your audience is small and you want to know how I can still sell to my audience, if you have under 1,000 followers, hey Kim, how you doing? If you have under 1,000 followers, then this tip is actually for you. I have a client, a former client actually. She's one of my, I shouldn't say favorite, but she's one of my best clients. And I talk about her results all the time because she got amazing results in my program, right? Her name is Christina. She is a career coach. And what she does is she helps men and women land their dream job working from home, making six figures or more. That's what she does. So she helps them to be able to land this job that they have been desiring. So they've been overlooked most of their life, and she helps them to land this dream job. Now, Christina, when she first started with me, only had 474 followers. All right. So that's a small following, right? She had 474 followers. And she was like a lot of you, nervous to go live, nervous to put her content out, but she had a desire to help people. So as long as you have a desire to help people, you can actually show up, right? Because what we do is we help you to shift from thinking about you to thinking about the people that you're serving. So again, she had 474 followers. She said, Star, I need a strategy to get me 1,000 so I can go live, right? So if you're under 1,000, this strategy can work for you. But not only did she need a strategy to get to 1,000 followers, she also wanted a strategy to get leads, right? To get leads. That was the goal. So she joined the Convert Content to Cash Challenge at the VIP level. And why do I keep bringing that up? Because in VIP and the Diamond Experience, and I think I saw Keith pop in here, but we have two levels. We have VIP and we have Diamond Experience. In both experiences, you get to join us in the session and we coach you. So it's not a regular challenge where you're just learning. No. We pour into you, we coach you. So she was getting coached at the VIP level. In our Diamond Experience, you get a complimentary one-on-one session with me, right? That session is super vital because in that session, we get to identify who your dream client is so you can speak their language. And that's where a lot of you are getting stuck. You know your dream client, but you only know their demographics. If I ask you right now who your dream client is, some of you will write in the chat, they're between the ages of 30 and 40. They're women, they're men. And that's your biggest problem now because it's hard to create content for those people because it's very generic, right? And so if you are someone where you're like, I do need help with that, we do have our Diamond Experience that you can sign up for. That is when you click the first link in my bio, you click the second option, Diamond Experience, and join us. And I'll send you a link to join us in the for the one-on-one complimentary call. Okay, let's get back to Christina, right? So Christina, she had 474 followers. She said to me in our VIP session, Star, I need to get leads right now. That was her goal, get leads right now. So I gave her this strategy. And for those of you who are taking notes, this is where you want to take notes. It's called Create Evergreen Lead Generation Videos. Create evergreen lead generation videos. That's what this strategy is, right? And so what is it that we're doing? You're offering a service to your audience in your video. And then you're telling them, hey, if you want this service, follow and comment your handle below, right? So one more time, you're offering a service to your audience in your video, and then you're telling them, if you want this service, follow and comment your handle below. Now, some of you are lost. I'm going to give you an example in just a little bit. But when Christina implemented this, she implemented it the same day. And the next day, can somebody write the next day in the chat? The next day, not 3 months later, not 1 year later, the next day, she was able to get 30 leads from one video. Let's clap it up for Christina. She got 30 leads from one video. Thank you, Meg. All because she implemented this strategy. Thank you, Kim. So that is what's possible for you. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get 30 leads, but what I'm saying is that this strategy could work for you. Now, here's the thing. Even though she got 30 leads the next day, this happened 2 years ago. Come on, somebody. This happened 2 years ago. Do you know that same video is still getting her leads today? today. She'll hit me up and be like, that video was still getting me leads. That's the goal of having an evergreen lead generation video. Now, here's why I love teaching video to my clients, because yes, you can put carousels out on Instagram and they are pushing carousels more. Yes, you can put up photos on TikTok and they are putting out, they're pushing photos more. But videos, the lifeline of a video is way longer than anything else. What do I mean by that? I mean that you can put out a video and it will live forever. It can get pushed. I have videos that I posted 4 years ago that are going viral still. 4 years ago, I don't even talk about that stuff anymore. So that's the reason why I always teach you video. Another thing, video content, when people are watching it, they can retain the information in video content 95% more than anything that's written. So for those of you who are like, yeah, but people learn all different types of ways. That's why I want to put out carousels. That's why I want to put out, I tell you right now, people are consuming more video content than they are reading. The information that you're sharing, if you put it in a video, they will retain it 95% more than anything written. Lastly, video content is shared 1,200% more than anything written. 1,200%. That's wild. And I can prove it to you. I want you to write in the chat, when was the last time somebody ever forwarded you an email or forwarded you a carousel? When was the last time? Right? Like they read an email, they were like, oh my goodness, this email was amazing. And they decided to forward it to you. Anyone? Yesterday? A year ago? 10 years ago? Probably not that often. But when was the last? Yeah. Kim said never forwarded a carousel. Yeah, I don't think anyone ever forwarded a carousel to me either. Right? Oh, thank you so much, Rebecca. How you doing, honey? I haven't seen you in so long. Give me some updates about your business. Right? Yep, Shannon said nope. But when was the last time someone forwarded you a video? Probably while you're on this live. Probably, like for me, I get videos sent to me every minute. Every minute. So videos are shared 1,200% more than anything else. That's why we will always teach video content. Yes, we teach other things, but we just know what works, right? And so here's Christina with this evergreen lead generation video where people are still opting in. Hey, Janine, honey, how you doing? People are still opting in, right? So I want to share with you what this lead generation video is so you can try to adapt it for yourself, right? So I'll share with you what I did, and then I'll share with you what Christina did, and then you can adopt what it can do, what it can be for you, right? Okay, Rebecca says, I'm great, been pivoting to targeting therapists and getting ready to go visible again. Yes, honey, they need your services. They really need your services. Oh, thank you. Rebecca said, higher star, you guys. She's the real deal. Yeah, Rebecca had joined our challenge and we helped her to really get clearer in her messaging. So I love that you're pivoting right now. I think therapists are the best people for you with somatic healing. So that's amazing. All right. So here's what I did when I did the evergreen lead generation video. I offered my audience free TikTok and Instagram audits. Free TikTok and Instagram audits. That's what I offered my audience. So I told them, hey, I'm going to audit your content. If you want me to audit your content, follow and comment your handle below. That's important because if you have a small audience, you don't just want them to comment their handle below. You want them to follow you. This is how you can grow. So now you're growing, right? But not only that, they're commenting their handle, which allows you to slide into their DMs and have conversation with them. That's a lead. That's the lead. Janine said, where else are you going live? Oh, no. Janine, I'm live on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube right now. All 4 platforms. Yeah, I'm on all 4 platforms. I'm using StreamYard to go live on the other 3 platforms. And then I'm using my phone to go live on TikTok, right? So, like I said, people will follow you. So now you're growing your following. They will comment their handle. So now they become a lead. You can have conversations with them so that they can convert, right? So that's what I offered. Now, here's the biggest thing when you're offering a service to your audience via video. You need to record the service that you offer in the video and tell other people, hey, If you want this too, follow and comment your handle below. Now, this was so successful for me. Why? For a long time, my content was stuck. And then when I implemented this TikTok audit, this Instagram audit, specifically on TikTok, one of my audits took off and I got 1,200 followers in 1 week. And right after I got the 1,200 followers, I got so many leads that I can engage with, and they opted in to join my challenge, right? So that automatically worked. That was a system that worked. But that didn't just work for me. It also worked for Christina. So Christina is not a marketing coach. So for her, the service that she could provide, she wasn't going to tell people to follow and comment your handle so I can audit your videos. No. She had to do something that her audience was going to like. And so because she was a career coach, guess what she offered? Resume audits. She offered resume audits. She said, hey, I'm auditing at resumes for free. If you want to get access, all you got to do is follow and comment your handle below. And guess what happened? People started following and commenting their handle below. When Christina started with me, she was only at 474 followers. Today, she's over 40,000 followers on TikTok because the strategy works. I mean, of course, we gave her more strategies than that, but that strategy was able to help her to get leads. So my question to you is, if you are a business owner, what lead generation video can you put out? What service can you offer? Right? If you need some help, drop your business. Like, what is it that you do? Drop that in the chat and I can make some recommendations for you. Hey, Kwanda, honey, how you doing? Right? So what can you offer? I had a client where she did skincare. She sold skincare products. And I told her you could do skin audits. And so I don't know if she ever actually did it, but if she did skin audits, people would have opted in for it, right? Oh, here you go. Hey, Janine on YouTube. Thank you for joining me here on YouTube. All right. Meg says brand photos and websites. So for you, Meg, you can do website audits. Just tell them, hey, I'm offering free website audits. If you want to get access, follow and comment your handle below. And when you do the audit, record the video and post it on your page. That's super important. Why? Because when you record the video and you post it on your page, other people can see it. Hey, I just finished auditing this person's page. Here are the 3 things that I found out that can help them. Here are my 3 recommendations. If you also want a free website audit, follow and comment your handle below. It's that simple. It's all about sowing and reaping, right? This is a principle found in the Bible. It's found in 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6. It says, those who sow sparingly shall reap sparingly, and those who sow generously shall reap generously. If you sow into your audience, you will get to reap. That's the most important thing. It's so, yep, Meg said it's so simple. All right, anyone on Instagram? If anyone's on Instagram and you want to know, how can I use this? Right? So some of you in here, you're like, this sounds amazing, but will it work for me? It will work for you, but only if you want it to. If you have a belief that social media doesn't work for you, then it's not going to work because you're not going to work. Your body won't go against what you believe. And a lot of what I do as your coach is I help you to get out of your own way. I help you to shift your beliefs. If you think that no one will buy from you selling online, guess what? No one's going to buy from you because that's the energy you're putting out. And when we're creating content, it's super important to know that energy is transferable. So we want to put out content where the energy that we're transferring is joy, excitement, energy that makes people want to buy. But if you are showing up like, man, ain't nobody going to buy. Man, that video didn't do good. All you're doing is speaking word curses over your content, and it's not going to perform. Social media does not have to be hard, nor does it have to replace what you're doing now. It's an addition to what you're doing now. So if you're in here and you're like, I want more strategies like this, I want to be able to work with a coach that's going to help me with my brand specifically, right? Because there's some of you here where you've joined different programs, but it was cookie cutter. It wasn't specific to your brand. There are some of you where you sell insurance. There are some of you where you're in legal services. There are some of you where you're doctors. You have your own spa. You're a relationship coach. You're a health coach. You are in different industries. And you're joining these coaching programs that is cookie cutter. and you don't know how to apply what they're teaching you. In our 5-day challenge, we don't do that. It is very specific to your brand. Why? Because every brand is different. I had two clients before. Both of them were serving the autistic community. And yet, even though they both were in my program, they both had different strategies because your strategy is based off of who you are and based off of what your audience likes to see. If you start creating content like everyone else, that's the reason why your audience isn't buying from you now. But instead, we show you how to show up as your authentic self. Why? Because people are attached to your authenticity. They need to see your personality. So if you're in here and you're like, I want that. I don't want to hop on trends. I don't want to lip sync my way to virality. I don't even really care to go viral. What I really want to do is create content that is my personality, that speaks to my dream clients. I don't have to compromise my values. I don't have to compromise my integrity. And I can show up as the expert. Because there's a lot of you where you want to be on these stages speaking. So you don't want to look silly in your social media content. That's where we help you in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. To get access to the VIP ticket, click the second link in my bio and you can just automatically check out. You can join us right here on this live. We'll wait for you, right? If you want, you could click the second link in my bio, purchase your ticket, come back to this live. We'll still be here, right? We have our early access VIP mixer for the first 5 people to sign up for the challenge, right? We already got 3 people, so there's only 2 slots left. We only offer this VIP mixer for the first 5 people to sign up because we already know that you're action takers. The people who are procrastinating, the people who are wondering, is this a scam? Is this going to work for me? I'm not your coach. And that's okay. Go work with somebody else. I work with people where you are ready to get sales. That you have to have a mindset to sell. You have to have a mindset that people want to buy from you. And in order for you to do that, you got to get out of your own way. So if you're like, I'm ready, I've been stalling too long, I've been waiting too long, and I'm ready to reach my audience, click the second link in my bio, join us in the VIP experience, and be one of the first 5 people to get access to our to our VIP mixer. In the VIP mixer, I get to meet you personally. So we just won't be talking like this. We'll be on a Zoom call. We get to meet personally. But not only that, I get to share with you my VIP visibility strategy for high ticket sales. That way, when you show up in a challenge and you ask me a question on, hey, Star, what can I do for lead gen? I share it with you, but now your lead gen is not just getting in free people. They're getting in people who want to buy $1,500 packages, $10,000 packages. Only if you're ready, though. If you're not ready, it just won't work for you. But if you are ready, you can see results right away. All right, awesome. Who's feeling blessed by this? Drop a I'm blessed in the chat. If you are feeling blessed by this, I am sharing 3 best ways to automate your lead generation. And the first way that I shared with you was for you to be able to release an evergreen lead gen video. This video, once you release it one time, and it will continuously convert for you, right? Thank you, Janine. Janine says, I'm blessed. It will continuously convert for you. Right? So that's one way to automate it. And now, in addition to you getting word of mouth and referral sales, you're also getting sales on social media from this lead generation video. I want you to imagine your dream clients reaching out to you every day, asking you, how can I buy from you? Asking you, how can I work with you? What would that do for your business? Not once a day, not every week, every day. From all over. You're reaching people in Canada, in India, in New York, in Georgia, in California. And not only are they asking, how can I buy from you? The ones who do buy are telling you, you changed my life. You changed my life. How would that impact your business if you knew that your service was changing people's lives? Think about that. The impact that you're making, not just one-to-one, not just the people who are in your inner circle, not just the people who are locally in your city, but people all around the world. Now let's take it up a notch. Imagine that now you are reaching people around the world and you are the sought after expert that people want on their stages speaking. Can you hear the people screaming your name? Can you see the lights flashing? Can you see yourself delivering a message that has people with their arms up saying, "Thank you, Lord, she changed my life. Thank you, Lord, he changed my life." What does that do for you? For me, that makes me excited because I know that my purpose is to transform lives. I know that my purpose is to help thousands of people. And for some of you, you just saw yourself on that stage. For some of you, you got scared. But then for some of you, you were like, "I'm ready for this. I was born for this." All those days just speaking to your friends, teaching, learning, and they're just like, "Man, you are teaching us a lot. You should write a book. You should share this with other people." Yeah, you've been called. You've been called to bigger stages and bigger platforms. But it starts right here on social media. And if you don't know that, what's going to happen is you're going to keep being the best kept secret. Oh, you know the best kept secrets, the one where you're the expert. You've been in your field for over 20 years. You know more than the people younger than you. But when you post your content, the views and the engagement is so low, you're starting to think, "Oh my goodness, maybe I'm not the expert. Maybe people don't want to hear this." But the reality is, the reason why the people who are younger than you are thriving more than you is only because they know marketing and you don't. You have relied so long on people sharing the message by word of mouth, on you getting referrals, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But now it's time to expand your reach by using social media and reaching your audience globally. Now it's time to reach more than just your family, more than just your friends. It's time to reach the people who have been praying for the solution to their problem, and you are that solution. So if you're in here and you're like, "I need that in my life. I want to be the person that people are actually finding. I'm tired of being the best kept secret. I'm tired of having all this expert information in my head and not being able to get it out on video." That has to be super frustrating. How annoying is that? That if someone called you on the phone, you can share the information so easily. But when it comes to shooting the video, it's like you freeze. Wouldn't it be better if you had a system to be able to release the information so simply and not just release it? Because when you do release it, people actually understand and they start saying, "Hey, how can I work with you?" Wouldn't you desire that as opposed to feeling stuck? There's some of you, you know how to release the information, but you're inconsistent. And that's the reason why you're not growing or reaching your audience. Wouldn't you love to be able to show up each day or at least 5 days a week, posting your content without burning out? That's what we show you in the challenge. So that now you can reach your audience because you can't reach them if they can't find you. That's the biggest thing. There are some of you, about two of you right here who are watching right now, where you are telling yourself, "If I just keep putting out the content, even though nobody's seeing it, no one's engaging," you're telling yourself, "If I could just keep putting out the content, somebody will eventually see it." But all you're doing is hurting yourself. You're hurting your chances of being seen because Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, what they desire is to keep people on their platform. And they do that by people watching your videos. If no one's watching your videos, the algorithm won't push your content. They just won't. And it's not because they got anything against you, but it's because they have a desire to keep people on the platform. They can't push what people won't watch. And so if you want to be able to create watchable content, bingeable content, profitable content, click the second link in my bio. Join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge so we can help you. That's been the consistent result for all of our clients. Now, they go from being invisible to visible. They go from getting sales from referrals and word of mouth to getting sales through their videos. They go from selling a $100 offer to a 5K offer, a $10,000 offer. But again, the challenge is not for everyone. The challenge is not for the person where you don't want to sell to your audience. It's one thing to be afraid to sell, but it's another thing to not want to sell. So if you don't want to sell to your audience, that's okay. I'm not your coach. The challenge is not for you. If you're someone where you just want to focus on brand deals, you just want to get paid through the platform, I can recommend someone to you. But this program isn't for you. If you just want to do affiliate marketing, I can recommend someone to you. But this program isn't for you. This program is for service providers, it's for coaches, it's for business owners where you want to sell to your audience. That's who will thrive in this challenge, right? All right, so let's do a quick reset. So today I'm sharing 3 best ways to automate your lead generation. And the first way that I shared with you was for you to create an evergreen lead generation video. This video helped Christina to go from 474 followers to over 1,000 and to go from 0 leads to 30 leads overnight. That's how powerful that is. This lead generation video helped me gain 1,200 followers in 1 week. And I got thousands, hundreds. I got hundreds of leads from that one video, right? The second tip I want to share with you is you're not selling, you're solving. You're not selling, you're solving. So for some of you in here, you have a fear of sounding salesy, and that's okay. A lot of us do. I used to have that fear, right? I remember the one thing I never wanted to happen to me happened to me, where I'm selling to someone and I never wanted them to give me the look like, you trying to sell to me? Like, this is awkward now. And it happened, and I felt like my world was about to end. I was selling to this person and she gave me the look and I froze. I wanted to hang up the phone on her. That's how bad that look was to me. But guess what? I survived it. I survived it. I'm still here today. And there are some of you in here now where you're afraid of sounding salesy, but also some of you feel icky just doing it. I want to help you to overcome that. Why? If you just reframe from I'm selling to this person to I'm solving their problem, that will help you to sell confidently. And I want to give you an example, right? I love teaching Bible marketing secrets because I believe that Jesus is the best marketeer ever. And Jesus sold to his audience every time he showed up. Every time he showed up. Does anyone know what Jesus was selling? You can just write it in the chat. I want to give you some time. Does anyone know what Jesus was selling? He sold to his audience every time he showed up. Does anyone know what he was selling? Right? And you can just write it in the chat. If you don't know, it's okay. I'm going to share it with you, but I just want to do a quick gauge. If you know what Jesus was selling. Yes, Quanda, you screen look, you teach this stuff. Quanda says salvation/eternal life. Yes, that's exactly what he was selling. Eternal life and salvation, right? And so each time he showed up, he sold this thing. But the question is why? Why did he sell it? He didn't show up feeling like, oh my goodness, I'm going to sound salesy. They're going to judge me. No. He showed up because he wanted to serve. That's why he was selling it. He knew that there was a better way and he didn't keep it to himself. He decided, I'm going to share this with the world. And so for you, as the business owner, you know that there's a better way. If you're a relationship coach and you help people to have better relationships with themselves so that they can actually get married, you know that there's a better way than them just surfing dating apps. Why would you keep that to yourself? If you work in life insurance, and there's a lot of people who can't stand life insurance because they feel like it's a scam, but you know that there are ways for them to be able to make money with life insurance, why would you keep that to yourself? If you are someone where you're a business coach and you work with business owners to help them to get to 6 figures, and you know that there's a simple way to do it without them having to go to every single networking event, why would you keep that to yourself? When you started your business, you started it to change lives, to transform lives. And so when it comes to selling, instead of thinking, oh, I'm selling to this person or I'm taking money from them, and I say that because that's what I used to think. I used to think, oh, I'm taking money from this person. You're not taking anything from them. They want to give it to you. Believe it or not, if you're a Christian, then this is definitely for you. If you're not a Christian, hold on a second. I'm going to come back to you. But believe it or not, there are people that God has planted in your life who wants to give you money. You just got to give them the opportunity to buy. And if you never give them the opportunity to buy, guess what? The money stays in their pocket. Now I want to give you an example. I remember I was helping someone. I was teaching her. This is before I started my business, before I was even selling anything. But I taught her prophetic journaling, how she can hear God speak through journaling, right? So she could journal God's thoughts. And she absolutely loved the session. She loved it so much so that she was like, I got to pay you for this. And I was like, no, 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 no. You don't got to pay me. God's going to take care of me. She said, she stopped me in my tracks. She said, first of all, where I come from, the church that I come from, when someone feeds you so good, you pay them for it. And God was teaching me a valuable lesson that there are people who will pay you for your expertise. There are some of you now, you are undercharging because you think everyone knows this. When in all actuality, we don't. We don't know what you know. And even if we did, the way that you release it is so unique. It's so unique. That's what people are paying you for. But you got to make them an offer. If you do not make them an offer, they not going to buy. And there are some of you where you're just like, oh, how can I get sales today? How come people aren't buying? Because you ain't selling with confidence. So if you shifted your mind, I'm not selling, I'm serving. Do we have any doctors on with us? Thank you, Michelle. Michelle said, I love this. Hey, Keish, how you doing? Yeah, you got it right, Keish, eternal life, right? Do we have any doctors on the line? If we don't, it's okay. But if we have any doctors, even nurses on the line, I want you to think about this, a doctor or a nurse. If somebody was bleeding out in front of them, do you think they're just going to be like, nope, I'm not going to help them with that? Oh, good. Michelle says, me, I'm a nurse. Okay, so we're going to use Michelle. Michelle, if you're at your hospital, you're working at your hospital right now, and someone comes up to you, they're bleeding out in front of you, are you going to ignore them? We'll just wait for Michelle to respond, right? So she's a nurse, she's working in a hospital. Someone comes out in front of her, they're bleeding. She said, absolutely not. That was an absolutely not. It wasn't just a no, it was an absolutely not. That's how I read it in my head, right? So I want you to think about that. She's a nurse, someone's bleeding out in front of her. Immediately, she's going to run to help them. That's what you do as a business owner, as a service provider. There are people who are in pain, and you have the solution to their problem, and you won't offer it because you're afraid to sell? No, 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 no. I'm going to tell you right now, if you solve their problem, they're just going to give you the money. They're just going to give you the money. That's what happened with me when I told you about my friend. I was teaching her prophetic journaling and she just gave me the money. But it also happened with King Solomon. King Solomon also did this. His story is found in 1 Kings chapter 10. And this is where Queen Sheba comes to visit him. Now, first of all, Queen Sheba was all the way in Israel, all the way in Africa, and Solomon was all the way in Israel. The fact that she even heard about his fame without social media, without telephones, without a mail system is powerful. That's mind blowing to me. But she heard about his fame. She came all the way to Israel to meet King Solomon because of his wisdom. And sis was in pain. The Bible didn't say she was in pain. Star says she was in pain. Why do I know this? Because she asked him questions that she needed the answer to. And the Bible says there was nothing too hard for Solomon to answer. That means she had difficult questions and she needed the solution to her problems. And when he offered the solution, guess what Queen Sheba did? She paid him the big bucks. You mean to tell me that there are people out here who want to pay you for your expertise and you ain't making them an offer? Come on now. You solve people's problems, they will pay you for it. You don't even have to worry about saying, hey, this is how you can buy from me. You just show up and solve their problems and they will pay you for it. But you have to reframe selling into solving, selling into serving, and then watch the money come in. Watch it come in. Because I want you to think about this. Imagine that you don't help your people. Imagine that they never find you. Will they ever get that help? Some of you are thinking, yeah, they'll get the help anyway because so-and-so could help them. But what if I told you they won't get the help because they're attached to your voice? What if I told you that they're restless until they find you? I have had clients that have come to me and I've quoted them my price and they were like, I don't have money for that right now. And they went out into the world and they sold their stuff and came back to me. That happens quite often. They'd be like, I don't have money for that right now, but they'll go out, sell their stuff, and come back to me. Why are they doing that? Because they can easily work with anyone else. There are people who are selling something similar to me, not the same thing. They're selling something similar to me that costs way less. And yet, the people are coming to me. They will tell me, I won't work with anyone else but you. Why is that? Because they're attached to my voice. Jesus said, my sheep know my voice, and another they will not follow. It's the same thing with you. There are people where they will only work with you, but they got to find you, and you got to make the offer, and you got to get out your own way. I know for me, if I never showed up, Christina wouldn't be blessed. Rebecca, who was on here earlier today, she wouldn't be blessed. You heard what she said. She said, work with Star. She really helped me. We helped her with her messaging. We helped her with putting out content where it doesn't take too much energy from her. And here she is now, I think it's a year later, or 2 years later, rather. I think we worked together in 2023. She said, I'm pivoting to talk to therapists now. That means she's still building her business. That means she's still going. But what about you? Would you also like to see some of the success that my clients have experienced in your business? Or are you still going to tell yourself that social media just doesn't work for you? There are people who are waiting for you to show up so that you can help them. Or are you going to let them continue to be restless, waiting for you? What is it going to take for you to be like, you know what? Now is my season. Now is my time. I got to get out of my own way. I got to stop playing small. Because there's some of you here with grand visions, big visions for your life. And it starts right here on social media. So if you're like, that's me, I want that, click the second link in my bio. Join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. We're kicking off on Monday, but our visibility mixer, we're possibly going to have it on Friday of this week, right? If we don't have it Friday of this week, we'll have it right after the challenge, however you all want to do it. But only the first 5 people get access to it, where I get to share with you the visibility secrets for high ticket. And for high ticket, that's for anyone who's selling an offer that's over $1,000. So if your offer is $1,000, $1,500, $5,000, $20,000, we help you. Because the goal, hear this, the goal is for you to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. But if you feel uncomfortable doing that, don't join the challenge, because I can't help you. I'm a high ticket coach. I know people who can help you with low ticket, and I will recommend them to you. But if you're like, I'm ready for this money, honey, and I want to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, click the second link in my bio, join us in the challenge so we can help you. Or you can feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted. You can DM it on Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn, and I will personally send you an invite to the challenge. Thank you, Keish. Keish said selling is serving. All right, so I'm going to do a quick reset. I'm going to share this one final tip. 3 best ways to automate your lead generation, right? The first one was to put out evergreen lead generation videos. These are videos where you can generate leads years from now because you put out one video. That's it. The second tip is to understand that selling is serving. Selling is solving problems. For those of you who are afraid to sound salesy, when you show up with a solution to someone's problem, they're going to want to pay you. And the last one is to actually, this is a two-part, right? So it's 2 tips in one. So the first one is to set up auto DMs or smart comment triggers, right? So set up auto DMs or smart comment triggers. On TikTok, I think you can do this on TikTok. I think ManyChat is now allowing TikTok to do this. I haven't looked too deeply into it, but you can go ahead and get tools like ManyChat. You can get, you can set up auto replies on Instagram, auto replies on TikTok to respond to your audience for you. Now, that's nothing new. I know there's a lot of you in here already where you're like, yeah, I already have ManyChat, right? Hey, Jovia, how you doing, honey? Man, I haven't seen you on here in a while. Right? So some of you probably already have ManyChat. Some of you probably already have some type of system that is already attached to your DMs. You can't do this on YouTube, by the way. So YouTube, I mean, there's no DM, so you wouldn't need this, right? But you can do it on LinkedIn. You can use something like Rebel Leads. And I think the other one is called, I want to say it's called FlowChat. FlowChat. You can use FlowChat on Instagram. You can use it on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is Rebel Leads. You can use that as well. On Instagram, you can use ManyChat. You can use FlowChat. On TikTok, I believe ManyChat is rolling out something now, or they already rolled it out. I haven't looked too deeply into it yet, right? But let me caution you, because even though you can set these systems up, if it doesn't replace you, that's what I want to say. So you can set these systems up, but it shouldn't be set up to replace you. That was the mistake I made. I set up my system to respond back to my audience. So if I tell people comment a specific word, they will comment the word and we will automatically send them the lead magnet, or we'll send them access to the challenge. But the problem with that is it's too impersonal. It's too impersonal. What was happening was people will get the offer, they will click the link, but they probably wouldn't buy because there was a conversation that needed to happen. And so once I removed myself by using these autoresponders, my leads went down and so did my sales, right? And so I say this to caution you, if you're going to use any of those things, make sure you still add a personal touch. So one thing that I like doing is adding voice notes. So if someone does comment the specific word and your autoresponder automatically sends them the DM with the offer, send them a voice note a week later asking them like, hey, did you get the offer? How did you like it? It adds a personal touch. Now, if you're on TikTok, you cannot send voice notes. So I recommend you just text it to them. But everywhere else, you can send voice notes, right? So if you're going to use any type of autoresponder, make sure that you add a personal touch so that you can still keep engaging with your audience. And then this last one is a gem. This is how you can get sales in just by posting these videos. You post it once and you can get sales. So the first one is you want to have the link in your bio. You want to make sure that you offer a special gift or a lead magnet, right? So I say special gifts because this special gift, it could be free or they could pay for it. I like doing low cost items. So anything that's like $7 or even $27, like here's your special gift. There's a reason why I do this. It's because I do not want to train my people to always expect free from me. So there are some of you in here where you have a million freebies and your audience, every time you turn around, you're offering them a freebie. Guess what you're doing? You're training them to never buy. You're training them to expect free from you. Your free is the content that you're already putting out. That's your free. So if you're going live, if you're putting out videos consistently, that is your free, right? Myron Golden likes to refer to it as community service content, that you're doing your service that way. The next step is to offer them a low cost item. Mine is $7. We offer e-guides or mini masterclasses for $7. There's two reasons why we do this. The first one is so that we can weed out the people who only want free. The people who only want free, you can keep watching the content. But the second reason is because it is a lot easier to convert someone who has already bought from you than to convert someone who has not. So if they're watching your content and then they go ahead and they buy from you, guess what? They pay $7. It's a lot easier for them for you to sell the next thing. So that's buyer psychology, but that's also how we help you to set up your systems for selling. This is how you get people to go from watching you to buying from you. Some of you, you're just constantly putting out freebies because that's what you heard to do. Somebody's offering freebies somewhere. They're getting 300 people on their email list, but those 300 people aren't buying. Last year, I got rid of 1,700 people from my email list because it was nice and all, but they weren't buying. And yes, some people could sit there for 10 years. That's cool. But could you imagine if people were just sitting there for 30 days and then buying? That's better than them waiting 10 years, right? Yep, I see Janine's like, I agree 100%. Hey, Beauty, how you doing, honey? Yeah, Janine said, I've done that myself. Here's the thing, Janine is a master at live selling. She's confirming this, right? So this is just getting us out of having really long sales cycles. What do I mean by that? Some of you don't even know what your sales cycle is, but it might look something like this. You post a video, you tell people to head to the link in your bio, people head to the link in your bio, they download your freebie, and then you don't hear from them ever again. It don't matter how many emails you send to them, you don't hear from them ever again. They don't even know that they're on your email list. Whew, that's a lost sale right there. For some of you, you post your video, you tell people to head to the link in your bio, they head to the link in your bio, you see the links go, you see the clicks go up for the link in your bio, but they don't actually check out. That's a lost sale right there. There's something off with your buyer's cycle, with the buyer's journey. And that's what we help you with in the challenge. So when we talk about increasing your sales, we talk about perfecting what you already have going. We show you how to pivot. I had a client who came in February's challenge where she was already working with clients. She's a social media manager. She was already working with clients. And for her, she was nervous to sell to her audience. So we showed her, hey, this is what you need to build out in order for people to buy from you. Do you know that after that, she booked another client? She messaged me like, Star, oh my goodness, it worked. I got another client. Come on now. Hey, Yolanda, how you doing, honey? So if you're in here and you're like, I want to be able to have a system that is consistently converting, click the second link in my bio. Join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge at the VIP level because we want to help you. The challenge is set up for you. It's set up to serve you so that no matter what your problem is, we can show you how to pivot it. We can show you what videos to put out in order for your audience to engage with you. And we show you how to get your people from just watching to actually buying, right? From just browsing to buying. That's what we do. Okay, so we said you want to put your lead magnet in your bio. That lead magnet should be a low-cost item. The second thing is you want to pin your video, right? So we got pin videos. How many of you are using your pin videos? So some of you are using your pin videos, but what you're using your pin videos for is to put out your highest viewed video. That's nice and all, but what if you pinned your offer there instead? What if you told people, here's how you can buy from me instead? I've gotten people where I pinned that to my page and people have bought from that. Okay. On Instagram, you can pin your video, but you can also put it in your story highlights. I've bought from someone just by watching their story highlights. So some of you in here, you're like, oh, I want to be able to get these sales, but you're not utilizing the platform in order for you to be able to sell. You want to make sure your offer is where people can see it. So the link in your bio, but also your pinned videos. Use it strategically. I show all my clients how to set up their pinned videos so you can get a sale in 3 videos. That's the goal. I show them, if you're on Instagram, how to set up your story highlights so you can get a sale by the second highlight, right? LinkedIn and YouTube, you can't use this. There's no pinned videos. There's no story highlights. But you can use your, on YouTube, you can use the community feature. The community feature can help you, right? Okay, awesome. So did we share 3? I said, give them a low cost item, pin your video and use your story highlights. That was specifically for LinkedIn, specifically for Instagram, right? So offering your special offer or offering your offer period, that's how people will be able to buy from you. So if you're in here, you're like, girl, I never thought about that before. I know, that's what we're here for. So I want to tell you who the challenge is for. The challenge is for the coach where you're using social media to grow your following, right? So you already have a following. You may have 1,000 followers. You may have 10,000 followers. Even if you have under 1,000 followers, we still help you. So if you're in here, you have a following, but you don't know how to convert those followers into customers, we show you how to do that with a simple 3-step process. The challenge is also for the business owner where you're capped between 8 to 10K months and you want to know, how do I scale, right? So you've already mastered putting out content that sells, but you want to know, how do I get to 20K months? How do I get to 30K months? We show you how to do that with a simple system. We show you how to produce a 6-figure content strategy so that now you're scaling your business. So if you're already getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, you're already at 6-figure in your business from that. Imagine another 6 figures just from social media. And the challenge is also for the coach where sales isn't your issue. You get sales like you already know how to sell. You get sales like there's no tomorrow. Your issue is visibility. Your influence doesn't match your income, and it's frustrating because you want to be able to make a bigger impact. And so what you need help with is actually being seen online as the expert, being seen online as people who want to book you for speaking engagements, and you're not sure how you can do that. We show you how to do that with your content, whether you're showing up on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or YouTube. You choose your platform of choice. We show you the strategy, but not just show you the strategy. We help you walk it out in the challenge, right? So that's who the challenge is for. Each day of the challenge, this is what we show you. On day 1 of the challenge, we show you how to position your brand like Jesus did. When Jesus went, Jesus didn't go door to door to his people. He went town to town and he positioned himself. That's what brought the people to him. There are some of you in here where you are exhausting yourself posting 3 or 4 times a day because that's what the gurus told you to do. There are some of you where you're going live every day for 10 minutes because the gurus told you to do that, and it's not working. So instead, we want to show you how to put out the content that will speak to your dream client, that will attract them to you. And then we show you how to package your message in your videos by using the power of storytelling. So instead of putting out just boring educational content, because that's where some of you are stuck right now, you're putting out educational content, but it is your lowest viewed and lowest engaged content, right? And in your mind, you're like, well, this is what people told me to do. I should put out educational content. But you didn't realize that educational content is not performing the same way that it used to. You want to be able to tell stories in your content that will attract your audience. And then on day 3, we show you how to produce a 6-figure content strategy. So this is where we're showing you how to utilize your video content in order to bring in 6 figures into your business. It's super simple. When I implemented this strategy in 2023, we grew our business to $117,000. Now, let me tell you, some of you heard that and you were like, oh, okay. But in 2022, we only made $21,000. Okay, so when I say the strategy works, it works. 2022, without this strategy, we made $21,000. That's where some of you are. But for us to significantly scale, we implemented this 6-figure content strategy, was able to scale to $117,000. Day 4 of the challenge, we show you how to present your offer. So how to sell without sounding salesy, how to sell without feeling icky. So that now when you're showing up and you're telling people, here's how you can buy, they're ready to buy from you. They're ready to buy. That's the other thing. Some of you in here, you're talking to people who aren't ready to buy. We show you how to speak to ready to buy buyers. I can hear it in your language. If I ask you who your dream client is, there are certain words or language that you will use that will let me know that you're not talking to ready to buy buyers. We covered that on the first day so that by day 4, you're ready to sell. Day 5, we show you how to profit from your videos. So that's how to create predictable income each month. In 2023, because of my strategy that I had, I knew that I was going to be making 10K months each month, right? So I want to show you how you can do that too. There's some people who join the 5-day challenge and after that, they take off. Like Marianne, when she joined the 5-day challenge, Marianne, she does digital marketing. She booked a one-on-one call with me, right? In that call, we were able to help her with her messaging. And then she joined the challenge. 2 weeks after the challenge left, sis went viral and gained 60,000 leads from the tips that we shared with her, from the strategy that we gave her. 60,000 leads. I still hear some of her people now who are following her. They're like, she's still killing it. That was just 5 days. 5 days, 60,000 leads. Sounds worth it to me. Now, some of you are like, 60,000 leads. I mean, some of you may not be ready for that, but Marianne was ready for that. And her business is thriving. If you're ready for that, click the second link in my bio. Join us in a challenge. We have 2 experiences. We have the VIP experience and the Diamond experience. In the VIP experience, you get to join us for private coaching every day of the challenge, where we work on your messaging, your content strategy, and we audit your videos for you. There are some of you in here where you don't know why your videos aren't working. You've been posting, and you don't know why they're not working. Every day of the challenge, we audit your videos for you. And from there, you're able to see what works and what doesn't work. When you join us in the Diamond experience, you get everything from VIP plus the complimentary elite marketing strategy session. We have someone now where, I don't know if Keith is still on here, but he booked our Diamond experience. He's going to get his one-on-one session today. The challenge starts next week. So if you're like, I want to be able to get that session before the challenge starts, because the goal is to set you up so that you can start selling, right? So if you want to be able to get access to that, join us today. Click the first link in my bio, choose Diamond Experience. Once you purchase, we send you the link so that you can book your call. You can have your call as early as tomorrow. But if you're like, okay, I don't want to do Diamond Experience, that's okay. What you do get is the VIP experience. And in the VIP experience, we have our VIP visibility mixer. So it's early access to it. We already have 3 people signed up for it, only 2 more slots remaining. So if you're like, I want to be in that room for the mixer, I want the visibility strategy session, then join us today. Click the second link in my bio. You can automatically check out to VIP. All right. So tomorrow I won't be back. So tomorrow I'm actually going to an event. So I'll be back on Tuesday of next week, and we'll be talking about, I know my offer is good, so why isn't anyone seeing it? So next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, I know my offer is good, so why isn't anyone seeing it? We're going to talk about that. Y'all have a great day today.